Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. I almost said super. I don't know why I almost said super at the beginning of that sentence. But I almost did. Anyway, we already scanned these guys, right? Yeah, we did. Oh god. You stop that right now, good sir. Open. Open your damn mouth! Actually, is that its mouth? So, I played more of Metroid Prime 2 last night, and I got the dark suit, and, I'm gonna be 100% honest, I'm not really the biggest fan of the dark suit. I think was one of, like, my least favorite thing about a lot of the Prime games, or, well, I guess just Prime 2, and something that I don't really like about this game, either, is, the suits that they give Samus. Because it's just, like... Why do you make the Various suit look so damn cool if you're not gonna frickin' use it, man? I mean, in Prime 1, the Various suit was still cool, it just had the situation of being absolutely, like, super-duper bulky for some reason. And when I say bulky, I mean mostly just the pauldrons of the shoulders, because good god, the shoulder pauldrons are huge on that suit. And I honestly do not know why the suit is just that bulky in Prime 1. But it works! Honestly, it kind of works for Prime 1. It just feels weird going from, like, the super flat shoulders of the, of the power suit in Prime 1 to the Various suit having massive shoulders on it. But it's fine. I still like the way that the Various suit and the Gravity suit look in Prime 1. I barely remember what the Phazon suit looks like, but I think I remember the Phazon suit looking pretty cool. I think we just charge beam this, right? Single powerful blow would shatter it, yeah. Mark this down, because there's something important in there and you can see it a tiny bit. That's for later. Because technically we get the elemental beams back from Prime 1 in this game, except they're slightly different, and now they use ammo like the beams in Prime 2 for some reason. I don't know why they decided to do that, but they did. Honestly, I think it's less of a problem in this game compared to Prime 2. Prime 2, you like... I got the dark beam and the light beam yesterday, and I was just like, oh my god, I feel like I'm like constantly super low on ammo and I dislike it. And then it's like they tell you, well yeah, you can use the light beam to get more dark beam ammo and the dark beam to get more light beam ammo, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Where can I find an enemy that's gonna die easily to the dark beam? Because everything seems weak to the light beam at the moment.
Oh, wow. What a mess. You're alone, on a planet, no hope of survival. But you're also not sitting next to Phil anymore in that cubicle, so... Win? Oh. Okay. What now? Samus? Samus Aran?
Hey! Hey, Samus Aran! I'm stuck! Help me out! Oh. Please get me down. I'll just stay right here. Try not to die.
Alright, so we're gonna talk about this guy once he shuts up in a second here after we do this.
I think it's working! Shoot some more! What was that? Okay, that did not sound friendly. Okay! I got it! Oh! No!
You should be very glad that these things saw Samus and their first idea was, hey, let's just jump Samus. Alien morphology, Jungle Griever. Griever variant of this area. It can leap great heights and climb trees quickly. It has an extremely aggressive disposition and will use its arms and claws to attack its enemies at close range. When at a distance, it will spit poison at threats. A subspecies of Griever, the ferocious predators found throughout Viros, which has adapted to densely wooded environments. Their exceptional jumping ability allows them to quickly traverse treetops and rock cliffs. They often hunt in packs and are known to attack other creatures indiscriminately. I just, lost where I was there for a second. Once one pack member strikes, the others will quickly join the fray, either by leaping up close to slash with the sharp claws on their 2 pairs of arms, or by spitting a viscous mass of venom at it from a distance. Their skin is thin and unarmored, making their bodies vulnerable to standard beam weaponry, and light enough that the shock of a direct hit from explosive weapons is enough to push them away. So these guys kind of suck at the job. We're gonna find many different variations of these guys throughout the game, unfortunately. I say unfortunately because these are like the freaking same enemies you just fight throughout the entire game. Ugh. You could also just spam the beam. They only take a few shots to go down. They're really not that much of a threat. The other variants become more of a threat, especially when they start taking more than one charge beam shot to take down. But at the moment, they take one charge beam and they're dead. Also, I don't know why, but this game loves throwing hordes of enemies at you. And when I say hordes of enemies, I mean hordes of enemies at you. I do not know why, but that's just the way it is.
Oh, great job. Now help me down.
I don't think I could scan you just yet. Yeah.
We're good. Okay. I'm coming down.
Thank you, Samus. I'm a specialist, Miles McKenzie, engineer level 4. I have something for you. Hold on, I gotta manually override this.
These X7 says stick a little. Come on.
So now we can scan this guy. Galactic Federation Engineer, Miles McKenzie, primarily responsible for column maintenance at the UTO Research Center, skilled in operating, repairing, and modifying computers and machinery. Miles McKenzie is an engineer with the Galactic Federation. His duties include the maintenance and repair of several vehicle types and programming software used for weapons development. He is known to be extremely talkative, even while alone. Although his restless energy and curiosity make him prone to danger, his excessive caution is enough to keep him from harm. He has a strong moral compass and work ethic, making him a reliable problem solver no matter the situation.
Boy, this is really jammed.
We can scan this as well to tell us that we just need to blast the damn thing open. Okay, there, bud.
No biggie.
And in here we have... Just scan this real quick. Missile Launcher! Explosive combat item developed by the Galactic Federation. Restores the missile launch function of the arm cannon. Missile launch function has been restored. Press R to launch an explosive missile with target tracking capabilities. Open the menu with minus and check the inventory for more information.
Just a little token of my appreciation.
Of course, you can blast these things open. Ugh.
Okay, with you, I'm gonna tag along.
Yep, come on, Mackenzie.
So, where to?
Places to be, things to do, and things to see. Now just do me a favor and shut your damn mouth, why don't you? Alright, so, my personal opinion on the NPC characters in this game. I think they're fine. It's not a super big deal breaker for me, but honestly, after playing all the way through the game and what happens at the very end of the game, I was just like soured on it. I was like, really? Come on. You do all of this with these characters and then you'll see what happens later on. Well, you'll see what happens at the very end of the game. It's literally like the final thing that happens in the game. I mean, I felt when I first saw it that it was just like a natural progression, even though I haven't played it all the way, but I've played a little bit of Prime 3, and I felt like it was just a natural progression of what they did in Prime 3. Not to mention that Samus has been kind of having some sort of companion or thing that helps her along the way ever since Fusion. Because, I mean, let's be 100% honest about it. She had, the Atom Computer in Fusion, the, Chozo statues in Zero Mission, which didn't talk, but they still helped Samus along the way. The Atom Computer once again in Dread, which I guess was really just Raven Deep, but... And in the Prime games, she's always had something there along with her. Whether it be, I guess she didn't really have something with her in Prime 1. But once you get to Prime 2, you have the Luminoth that are there as well. I mean, even if it is just only one singular dude.
Interesting.
What am I looking at here? We got another one of these things. Let's scan this. This bridge paves the way to the Temple of Memory. Those Lamorne who follow the path will come to the altar connecting the past and the present. Hear me, my Lamorne brethren. As you cross this bridge, reflect on the life you have lived and consider the words that you would carry into the future. Hear me, my Lamorne brethren. As you cross this bridge, reflect on the experiences, Jesus, you have not yet had, and consider what you wish your future to hold. Just as we were the ones to create our past, so too are we the ones to forge our future. Excerpted from the 4th Slate.
Does that say anything about this place?
Let me scan the door.
Don't want anyone in here.
Don't know if that adds to our scan thing or whatever, but...
What? How'd you do that?
Big bridge.
I've never seen anything like this. It's beautiful.
I'm just gonna stay out of your way. You let me know when it's clear.
Honestly, if I were just a regular human in this Metroid universe, I understand why Mackenzie acts the way he does. Because let's be 100% honest, there's only one single capable soldier in the entirety of the Metroid universe, and that's Samus. I mean, really, 100%. The space pirates are bloody useless at like all times. The only space pirates that were ever a threat were Ridley and Mother Brain. And they're dead, considering Samus killed them. Get off my damn bridge. What was I saying? Yeah, like, literally, I'm honestly at this point convinced that Samus is the only person capable of doing anything in this universe. Name one singular other character that has pulled off anything remotely similar to what Samus has pulled off. I mean, really, like, the space pirates have a damn name for Samus. They call her the Hunter as if she were some mythical creature that is unkillable and hunts them for sport. single time the Federation has a problem, they call Samus. Anytime! It's like, oh, well, we need to get rid of the Metroids, let's call Samus. And then Samus goes, gets rid of the Metroids, and then you have the whole X-Parasite situation. They're like, let's call Samus!
What is this place?
I think the one time where it's just Samus doing, like, she follows Ridley to get back the baby Metroid in Super Metroid, right? She's not really contacted by the Federation. Then again, I think she gets a distress beacon, or it's either she gets a distress beacon or she just feels something off about it. She runs back to the Federation outpost that she dropped off the baby Metroid at.
I have no idea what we're doing, but it feels like it's working.
And then she just chases Ridley down since he stole the baby Metroid. I already know what today's question of the day is, so I'm just gonna say it now. Tell me down below in the comments, ladies and gentlemen, do you prefer the 2D Metroid games or the Metroid Prime games? I am personally in the group that much prefers the 2D games. Like, honestly, my favorite Metroid game is... Oh, wow. Zero Mission. Hold on. Psychic Control Beam. Shots launched while using the Psychic Visor can now be controlled. Switch to the Psychic Visor and press and hold A or ZR to charge, then release a maneuver... Then release to launch a maneuverable control beam shot. Use R to steer. But yeah, Zero Mission is easily my favorite Metroid game. I think probably... with Dread, like, right behind it. I want to put Return of Samus higher, but I don't really remember Return of Samus on the 3DS. Or Samus... Is it Return of Samus or Samus Returns? It's one of the two. The 3DS version of Metroid 2. I want to put it higher, but I don't really remember it. I need to play it again, because I really, really just don't remember what the damn game was like. Hold on a second, I'm getting a call from my mother. Well, that was a quick phone call. Oh, I thought I had the space jump because I've been playing Metroid Prime 2 last night. Because you get the space jump really early in Prime 2. But yeah, I definitely prefer the 2D Metroid games. I'm gonna stand here for a second and scan these things. Because if not...
That poured my heart. No way. A Mark 99 mech? I'd recognize that frame anywhere. Mark 99 mech, this is Samus Aran. Bounty hunter? You know her. She's famous. You look very familiar. Betsy? What are you doing here? I worked on her back at base. I'll take a few scans. Maybe we can come back here and get her.
So I'm going to continue talking about what I was talking about, which is the simple fact that I wish I could remember more of, I think it's Samus Returns on the 3DS, but I just don't. Especially not compared. I've played Dread, I think, 3 times total. Once by myself, once on the channel, once on hard mode. Zero Mission I've played like 5 times. Fusion I've played 1.5 times. I made it all the way to the end of the game once and halfway through the game once, so I remember Fusion a bit better. Return of Samus I barely remember. Super Metroid I've only played once, but I played it fairly recently, so it's still pretty good in my memory. But Return of Samus, or Samus Returns, I played 1 time, and that was when I, like, not when I first got into Metroid, but a little while after it came out, I think. I played it,
She's torn apart.
probably like I want to say 2019, 2020, so it's been like 5 years, Jesus! So yeah, it's been a while, so I barely remember the game. I need to go back and play it again. I do remember, like, the first part of the game, but after the first part of the game, I remember nothing. I also remember the cool boss fights in the game, especially against the giant robot thing, which is very similar to a fight that you have in Dread as well. But Dread is definitely one of my favorite Metroid games. It's up there, along Zero Mission. But for right now, Zero Mission is definitely my favorite one. I just like the way that Samus feels in that game. Probably with,
I want to poke around, but the couple... Probably the language will take weeks without a translation key.
I think I'm supposed to wait here for a second.
I'm just gonna push buttons and see what happens.
Because that's always a good idea, buddy. That's always a great idea. Push buttons, see what happens. Next thing you know, you've blown up the entire place!
Always pays off. But I do not know what to do next.
Here, I'll do it.
Samus, you give it a try? Wait, you can interface with their tech, which means you can understand it, which means you've received translation data, which opens up a world of possibilities. Once I get this working, we can use this tech to our advantage. I just need remote access to your logs. Oh, this data chip. You think it'll work? Wow, that is fascinating. Thank you. We'll put this here. Let's see. This should do the trick. All right, look at that! We got power! Well, one door is still locked. The other one is malfunctioning. Hey, but it's progress. Okay, all this is gonna take a while to figure out, so I'm gonna stay here if you wanna scout ahead. It's about to get real nerdy in here.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Base Camp. That's literally what this place is called. I think if you even look on map, it's, yeah, Base Camp. We'll be returning here multiple times throughout the games to get upgrades and the like. And when I say upgrades, I mean literally at some points in the game we get specific items that we need to bring back here so that Mackenzie can... Nope, hold on. Let me scan the door again. It'll tell you that the beam sensor on the other side is working. So what you want to do is you want to do this. Launch a control shot. God, I need to make sure I focus on getting the upgrade for this as soon as possible. Did that land? Yes, it did. Another one of these things that we want to launch a missile at. I do like how the missiles, like, explode how an actual missile would in this game. Compared to some of the other Prime games where, like, it has, like, a tiny blue explosion and it's like, really? Seriously? You know, so it's one thing that I've always wondered is, why is the glow in the middle of the morph ball blue, right? If the glow all over Samus is purple at the moment. Why? That's what I want to know. Well, we have some Lemorne statues to scan here. So this is going to be an important part of this game. I'm not sure if it's needed to beat the game, because I honestly kind of did it without even realizing it. Because it just gets to the point while you're exploring a certain area in the game where you just see it and you go for it. And it doesn't become that much of a problem. And once you get the power bombs, it completely changes it. But it's whatever at the moment.
Algodina, Lemornalas, in the niche Capilate, Sadebelek, Anchandigus. Agadis. Galanti, Maranok. And Celine, Sadipalek, Galanche, Chisana, Shakatun Adipalek, Great Galanche. Galanche Kigatha, Shadi Haran, Iskana Geti Shakam, Siatin Virus, Kalawan Geti Shakam, Sihalashast, Esh Sakalare, Ashati Haram, Intendina Galanche, Sege Taram.
Alright, I'll be right back. Give me 1 second. Alright, so, this green crystal thing is pretty important, because I'm pretty sure you need to do it to be able to beat the game. My main problem with this is, I don't... Oh! Oh, but that doesn't say... That looks like it's just that thing. I don't like that. I don't think there is, like, an actual thing that tells you how many green crystals you have on you at the moment. Which is not something that I really like. I wish there was something that told you... I wish you had, like, a number, right? Because I don't think it gives you a number at all, which is just unfortunate. Okay, so from the looks of this, we have another little puzzle here. Trying to remember what this one is, and what's over there. Hold on, what is over here? Make a quick check. Hello? You know what? Thinking about it? I don't think I ever solved this puzzle. Thinking about it, I never did. I never came back into this room after the first time exploring it. And I never figured out what this was. Images and text recorded with a mote. These signals can be interpreted only by those who have psychic abilities. I have psychic abilities, and I can move this around, but... that doesn't do anything. Can't blast it. Huh. I truly wonder what this is for. Because I certainly do not know. I'm gonna look this up afterward because I never solved this, and I wanna... and unfortunately, I can't go back into my save file. They made it so that you can't go back into your save file for some damn reason. Alright, but anyway, let's solve this puzzle real quick. So, they want us to activate all three of these at the same time. It doesn't... I don't think it really... I think it does tell you, but when you use the control beam, it slows down time. So, even though this is technically not simultaneously for us, it's probably as close to simultaneously as real time could get. Because again, it does slow down time a tiny bit. Oh, right. Yeah. No scanning the statues, okay. Boop. I forget where this leads, to be honest. Oh! There is, Van Koon. Okay. Inventor of the moat-operated psychic lock. In accordance with the prophecy of the Chosen One, he built the shrines now hidden throughout Soul Valley, filling each with his moat-related devices. That's important to know. So there are shrines in Soul Valley, which is an area that we'll get to later, that technically have upgrades for Samus. But anyway, a stone sculpture of a Lemorn priest. It bears an inscription that translates to Lakash and includes a description of the individual. A sculptor who loved solving mathematical equations. He discovered several equations that could be formed into psychic objects, leading to the design of unique sealing mechanism, as well as its keys. A stone sculpture of a Lemorn priest. It bears an inscription that translates to Thesar, and includes a description of the individual. Thesar, the first priest who communed with the sacred tree and founded the Temple of Memory. He is said to have been gifted at conveying thoughts without the need to speak and at understanding others without the need to hear them. Okay, that's pretty cool. Stone sculpture of a Lemorn priest. It bears an inscription that translates to Shay and includes a description of the individual. The only female member of the Lemorn priesthood and the first to understand... Well, shouldn't she be a priestess then? Understand the structure of space and time. Her insight led to a method of moving across space-time and in turn, the invention of the teleporter. We gotta move this thing down to be able to activate the door. Already. Okay, so we have our first boss, Carvex. Plant morphology, Carvex, a giant carnivorous plant possessing consciousness, intelligence, and considerable physical strength, is unable to communicate due to a fusion with a Metroid. Destroying all the tentacle-like vines will cause its protective leaves to briefly drop, exposing a body enveloped in only a thin mucous membrane. Note that the tentacles quickly regenerate. The only way to delay their regeneration is to destroy them all at virtually the same time. A giant carnivorous plant that possesses self-awareness and cognitive thought. While it once coexisted and communicated with Lemorn priests using telepathic waves, one of the effects of Metroid fusion is a disruption in its thought pattern, preventing it from communicating. It now sees everyone as enemies and will attack indiscriminately. It primarily attacks using its tentacles. These tentacles can be destroyed, but individual tentacles will grow back quickly through rapid cell proliferation and cell transfer from any remaining tentacles. If all of its tentacles are destroyed simultaneously, the regeneration process requires its body to generate considerable heat, forcing it to open its protective calyx to cool down. This will expose a thin mucous membrane that is vulnerable to damage. And then you can scan Mr. Tentacle here. Tentacle-like appendage capable of being both rigid and flexible. It can be temporarily destroyed by damaging the bulging portion along its length. Carvex tentacles are normally hidden beneath the ground, but it will reveal them if it detects danger. These tentacles have extreme elasticity, making them very flexible. This allows Carvex to attack by swinging them around like long whips. Swollen protuberances on the tentacles indicate the areas that facilitate Carvex's fine control of its limbs. If these are destroyed, the resulting loss of control will rapidly expand and rupture the affected tentacle. Since there's only one tentacle right now, we can just blast this thing to infinity and beyond, and just do that. And then he'll open up his middle section, and we blast him repeatedly over and over again. Maybe throw in a few missiles in there as well, just because we can. You little son of a gun. And now he's going to have 2 tentacles. So to actually take out these tentacles, you want to make sure that you break those things. Get rid of those things as well. Suck in all the items. Hey, you watch where you're going! Ow, my freaking face, that hurt! Ah! I didn't notice the second one! Hello. Honestly, don't know what deals more damage. My charge beam or the missiles? Ow. Alright, here we go. You know, something that I feel a lot of newer Metroid games don't have, which is something that Zero Mission really had in it, was Samus is supposed to be this, like, uber powerful bounty hunter that almost everything in the galaxy is afraid of. So, Jesus. Why does she constantly have so much trouble taking out enemies in the newer games? Alright, this. So now that we're in technically like the last phase of this. Can you stand still so I can shoot you?! I wish there were more sections of Metroid games, or newer Metroid games rather, where they would throw much weaker enemies at you and just like let Samus be an absolute badass for a minute. I mean, Dread still had it because Dread still had those cutscenes where Samus looked super freaking cool doing things like the way that she acted after beating the first boss of the game. Absolute badass. So I'll give it that. But I feel that there should be some gameplay section. I mean, I guess Fusion also had it with the very end of the game, but that was a special power-up that they gave you. Samus Returns had that, though. Because, like, at the very end, after you beat what is it, the Alpha Metroid, or the Mother Metroid, or whatever the heck it was called, you had that, like, area where you just could go absolutely berserk and destroy everything in your path, and I loved that. Psychic Bomb. Compress a large amount of psychic energy into a sphere, then disperse it as a concussive blast. Psychic Bomb acquired. Psychic Bombs are usable only in Morph Ball mode. Up to 3 can be placed at a time. The concussive blast of Psychic Bombs damages objects and enemies and can be used to perform a bomb jump. Bombs can be given psychic mode properties by pressing and holding A or ZR. So essentially, what that means when it says that is that right now, for example, I don't have to go up there and get in that hole and bomb like normal. I can do this. Hold on, let me scan it first. Sacred Shrine teleports the Chosen One to an alternate dimension that houses a teleporter key, activated by gazing at the statue's forehead. Sacred Shrines are single-use teleporters prepared by the last priest Shitoya as a way to access the alternate dimension where the master teleporter keys are kept. When not in use, the shrines themselves are also placed in extra-dimensional space, though they are linked to each Key Guardian in such a way that they can be summoned to them at will. Key Guardians will summon their shrine only for the Chosen One. However, if their body were to die and their consciousness dissipate, the shrine will appear on its own. Bomb slot, yeah, okay. So, what it means by psychic mode properties is that you can essentially grab your bombs with the psychic glove and launch them. Which I think is a really cool idea. And we get teleported to this random space that has the key right over here. Master Teleporter Key acquired. One of the keys required to activate the Master Teleporter in Chrono Tower. Total 5 keys must be collected. Open the menu with minus to check the inventory for more information. Okay, so as you can see, this door still did not unlock.
Samus.
strong enough pull would force the gate open. Fortunately, we do not have the psychic lasso.
Comms are back online. Oh, did you achieve your objective? There's something I want to talk about. Meet me in base camp?
So over here we have this thing. Oh, not palm rootstocks blocking a small passageway. The rootstocks can be cleared with a concussive blast. You know what that means. Boop! Right, I forget that you always need to open your map. Okay. Rolling around at the speed of sound. Okay, so here is where we encounter our first group of green crystals. Let me stop trying to do that. Oh boy, there's a lot of these things. Hold on. Need to destroy the nest. There's another nest up there, isn't it? Alright. There we go. That's better. Okay, now this said to check mission details. Okay, so it does show you like how many green crystals you've collected, but I wish it gave me a number, because it would be so much easier to keep track of a number. But I guess you can kind of tell that it has lines in the middle of it. Yeah. So each of those lines is a different upgrade. We want to try to get the 25% upgrade as quickly as possible, because that's a beam upgrade. That will be a beam upgrade, which makes our beam more powerful, and I believe also allows us to speed up the speed of the control beam thing. Of course, you do have the the regular morph ball jump in this game, so you don't have to bomb jump your way all the way up to certain things. Can I go this way? Question of the hour. No, I cannot. Excuse me! I want to know what I'm supposed to do in this room. Oh, wait. That's different. Hello? Within the moat, this statue holds a history of the guardian of the temple garden. To reveal these truths, play the moat into the playback device. What the heck? In the distant past, a massive burning rock fell from the sky to the jungles of Vuros. Once this rock, which was itself poisonous, had cooled and hardened, a small carnivorous plant took in the poison it carried. The plant did not succumb to the poison. It thrived, growing to rule over the jungle. In time, the priest, Thessar, became the first the plant could convey its thoughts to, and named it Carvex. Later, at their urging, Carvex eventually relocated to the garden within the Lemorne Temple of Memory. There, it rules as it did in the jungles, and it came to preside over the Lemorne funerals. Oh, that's so cool! I did not know that! Okay, so now we know how this room works! And that makes sense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so each one of the Temple Guardians. Okay. Good to know that I gotta come back here every time we kill one of those damn things, then. And here we can deposit green crystals at the Altar of Legacy. Right, let's get a move on then.
designed these for humans. Oh! Whoa! You are sneaky quiet, you know that? Hey, I'm glad you're back. That data you gave me earlier is really coming in handy. I've been able to translate the Lemorn language. This planet, Viros, doesn't appear on any of the known star charts. Might as well be a ghost. I tried sending out a distress signal, but there is no activity in this sector. It is eerily quiet. We could be anywhere. Or we could be nowhere. According to these maps, we shouldn't even be here. From what I gather, the only way off this planet is to retrieve 5 teleporter keys. Now, I'll do some digging to see if there's any way I can support you. Now that our comms are working, we should be able to share data. I can provide you with intel from here. What do you say? Teammates? Excellent. Hey, stay safe out there, Samus. I'll be here if you need me.
Okay, obviously the way forward is right over here with this bomb slot thingy. Oh, bomb slot activates any linked devices when a concussive blast is detected within. The illumination indicates it is online. Bomb slots are switches used to activate connected devices and are triggered through the use of concussive blasts. Though maintenance tanks do not use explosive to perform their duties, they are able to trigger these devices by charging up a concussive blast. Bomb slots require energy. Indicator lights show if the bomb slot is connected to power and operational. So that opened that door.
Be careful, Samus. You won't have me there to watch your back.
So that is something we won't be able to access until, I think, way later on. We need to be able to shoot electrical blasts to be able to open that door, and we definitely cannot do that yet. Hold on a minute. Hold on. Wait. Oh, stop. Lockbook. I don't think we get that one until later. We've already scanned that thing, right? Idiot. Alright, and this is something that we can't access yet. Lock unit. Heat. Lemorn-made locking system. The lock can be removed only if exposed to extremely high temperatures. With the lock removed, systems will operate normally. Wow, I had trouble reading that. I should not have had that much trouble reading that. Alright, and over here is the way forward, which I don't think we're going to do this episode, because we're already at 50-ish minutes. So I think at this point I'm just going to head back to the save station that's over here. I'm going to end the episode, and next episode we will continue on with going outside of Green Fury to the Soul Valley. But I might as well say this now. Episodes of Metroid Prime will take place Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays, with episodes of Pokemon Legends ZA, if you're interested in watching that, will take place Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. So, thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, please share the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon so you get notified when I make a new video, because I upload a video every single damn day of the week at 5:30 p.m. EST. Which is 7:30 a.m. in Japan time, if you didn't know. I learned that one the hard way. But yeah, for today's question of the day, as I said earlier, tell me down below in the comments, do you prefer the 2D Metroid games or the 3D Prime games? Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all on the next episode of Metroid Prime 4 Beyond.